Welcome to Sooner Nation in Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the BYU Cougars, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. BYU ready to put a foot to it and get this game going. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So Oklahoma's offense will have the football first. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster, man. I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing. Tackling, staying in your game.
Turning it on! And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
Gets it out fast. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Sooners with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking for a gap. It's Schmidt. Crossing the 30, he's got a lane. Gashes the heart of the knee. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. The margin for error is so small in this conference. It's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But, yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises. And I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
We know a lot of offenses like to script their opening 10 plays going into games. They practice it over and over and over again throughout the week, and you just saw flawless execution on the opening drive by the offense. A nice job mixing in pass and run, getting different guys involved here early. They cap it off with a nice run late, but what a great job to take control of this game and the offense. They've got it moving now.
Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So BYU's offense has its first opportunity of the day. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Under fire. Finds the tight end.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Gives it on the option. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. BYU right back to the line. Trying play action. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. And here comes the punt team. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Looking to pass. It's Fox. They'll run the screen. Running into the open space. There he goes. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. On first down, here comes this offense. Wants to throw on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Then had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Sooners are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Touchdown Sooners! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
And I love the decision by the quarterback, finding his playmaker, getting him the football quickly so that he can make something happen after the play and get 6.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. Georgia looked dominant on the way to victory today. That offense had zero problem putting up points, and the defense almost resembled the days of Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, and Nakobe Dean. Big implications today and a notable result as one team trends upward and the other has some work to do.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Picked up. What a play to set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
How great has this linebacker been in coverage these last 2 games now? That's now his 3rd interception in 2 games. He had 2 last week. First interception in this game on the opening drive. He's not only good against the run, he's not only good.
Breaks into the open. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds.
Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good. He's going to hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And now the lead is extended a little further.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over. And while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Headed back out to go on the attack. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Pulled and finds his man on the left. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. And the Cougars moving quickly to the line.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Throws to the tight end. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. This is just what they wanted, a quick start, a 17-0 lead, and now they have the ball back. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? The Sooners are in the red zone. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Schmidt. So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He's out of bounds at his own 15-yard line, looking for running room and couldn't find much on that return. This drive will open from the 15. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Quick strike complete. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. The play action fake. On target to the left. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Makes the grab all close to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one. The Cougars can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Quickly complete. Across the 25 to the 24-yard line before he stopped. Pick up a 5 and a 1st down. The Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw again. Unloads to the wideout. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making. Here
come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Back to pass, it's Fox. Finds his tight end. He gets it up close to the 25. Out of bounds, they'll mark it at the 24. And now on second down for this offense. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Tackled at the 29. Let's give him 5 on that one.
And that's a good second down run. Commit to the running game. Run the football. Great gain. Great job by the offensive line. Keep it rolling.
Fighting off the defender. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And the Sooners have their offense in high gear. Looking to throw on first down. Pucks it out of the air.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
The Sooners with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Now the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. First and 10 coming up. Military stunt. Leaves it with the running back. On the move at the 30. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency in getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Makes the grab on the left. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. The Sooners trying to cash it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. After getting nothing done on first down, second and goal from the 6. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Scanning the field, it's Fox. Trying to find the end zone. Needed one more turn of the legs to get it in there, and he's denied just inches away from the touchdown. The pressure ramps up on third and goal. He's looking to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Touchdown Sooners! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They'll try to add another to their lead. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. From the gun, running back on the move. Gets it past the marker. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. And the Cougars will hustle to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. Oh, they're after him. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And it's amazing that they're only trailing by a couple of points in this game because they've turned it over a couple times and they've been sacked a couple times right now. They have no rhythm on offense right now. You have got to give the defense tons of credit. They are dominating in the trenches. That's the big story so far.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on third and long from the 26. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. To the air, it's Fox. They're working that left side. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. And the Sooners can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
He goes out of bounds after picking up a few at the 35-yard line. Got some of the work done on 1st. Now let's see what they have on 2nd down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Quick completion on the out. He's run out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 26. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air on 1st down. Using the quick game. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Now on 1st and goal, a score here, and that mountain is huge if you want to make a comeback. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the 2nd half.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And with time running out here in the 1st half, this offense will choose to take a knee. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from Norman so far. And how can we begin our analysis of that 1st half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust his strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's head back to Oklahoma and Memorial Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the 2nd half here. The Sooners will kick it away 1st, and we'll start the 2nd half. Takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Nothing went right in that 1st half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play. And that has to happen here on this 1st drive for the offense.
Yeah, the 1st possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense. Getting the sack, getting the fumble.
Here comes the Oklahoma offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
The give to the tailback. Shakes off the defender. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Sooners trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. And after the really good gain on first down, they'll try to finish it off on second and goal. Power ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Sooner!
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the ACC, fellas. Florida is currently ahead on the scoreboard, but it's clear Tim Tebow's not out there. And because of that, I don't see a blowout today in the Swamp. They're up by 10 over Penn State. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They could make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, you've got to lock in.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
Well, this offense has really struggled so far early in this game, and the passing game particularly. A lot of that is on the quarterback, but at some point you need guys to step up and help him out. That was a very good throw. And his receiver has got to be able to make that catch. It just takes one play to get momentum and build. Confidence, but the guys around the quarterback, they've now got to step up for this offense.
Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? Wants to throw. It's Suggs. He's got him in the flat. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Sooners looking to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
Here's the heat. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Going to sling it on 2nd down. Shoots it to the left. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him.
And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
And I wish I could bring you some hope, but, man, this defense, again, you know, they already got the lead. They got their ears pinned back. They're rushing the quarterback. I know this one's over, but offensively, let's find a way to protect our guy, put something together. Maybe we find a way to make this respectable at some point in the football game.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
He's loose on the right. He's at the and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
On the move from inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. Found just enough running room. He picks up 4 to the 15.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Runs through a tackle. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with it.
And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
This has been a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's going to get any better. You're already down huge. Listen, this offense can't protect this quarterback. They don't do anything right now. This defense has had their number all game long.
BYU will bring the punt team on the field. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play...
Oh, he's got some space. Once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. They'll try to put a drive together starting from their own 12. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Grabs over the middle. It's awesome.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job. Great catch.
The Cougars in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll try the run. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. To throw, it's Watts. And his first throw here is incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's blocked. Defense knocks him down immediately after the catch, but now they're facing a goal-to-go situation from the 7. The Sooners trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. They go right back to their man on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And they take it in for 6 more points. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called, guys, offensively all game long, or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5, and the returner is stopped. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. After throwing the pick on the last drive. Need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
And the Cougars with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Dropping back, it's Watts. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Yeah, and this defense just putting the cherry on top of the sundae. They've been all over the place. They've done a great job. Their offense has built a huge lead. We're just counting down the minutes on the clock now.
Here's the pressure. And to get rid of it quickly. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. And the returner will be knocked down. The Sooner offense returns to the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
And I know it's not a 1st down, but I still like the way they ran the football here. Just try to make the next 3rd down manageable. Try to get it where it's not as predictable. I think the offense did a really good job being smart there, taking what the defense gave them.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. Right down the boulevard. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's no...
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And this offense, man, they just can't get out of their own way. Like, they've got a 0 on the scoreboard already. Now turning the football over late in the game when you're down.
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Well, what I love about this team early this year is it looks like they can fight through adversity. They started the year 2-0. This game looked like it was in the balance here in the 4th quarter. But after watching them answer with that last touchdown drive, that shows me they've got the mental toughness to potentially make a run this year.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be dragged down. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
and you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.